Whammy Gunslinger here. Um, I all day I've been watching gun videos. Um, Lastly, been watching one of my favorites, Hickok. Um, you know, I was told um, online in pretty much every major uh, gun group that um, I gotta have 9 millimeter and 223 because when shit hits the fan, the ammo that's gonna be easiest to find is gonna be 9 millimeter and 223. That's what I was told. Hey man, when shit hits the fan, the easiest ammo to find is gonna be 9 millimeter and 223. That's not been the case. Just sometimes I like to play with my guns, especially while I talk. But you know, this kind of is a shit hits the fan situation. Like I mean, we're not all like scrambling to survive. Well, kind of. Some of us are scrambling to survive. So it really kind of depends on your outlook. But to some people, we are in a shit hits the fan situation right now. And guess what? 9 millimeter and 223 is not the easiest ammo to find right now. I'm learning from this situation. Now, if it was an anarchy situation, right, where it's like, okay, uh, you're highly likely to have people, running through your neighborhood, trying to pick houses to take over, something crazy like that, right? And you defend yourself, you kill the bad guys, you take their guns, they're likely to have a 9 millimeter or 223. I get that, right? But in a realistic shit hits the fan situation, I think we're kind of in a very realistic shit hits the fan situation. And the ammo easiest to find right now is not the regular ammo. That gets bought up. See, I'm paying attention here. I'm not just, you know, blindly going with what the masses are saying online. What I'm seeing is 44 Magnum, 454 Casull, 500 Smith& Wesson Magnum, 32 Auto, um, 38 Super, 357 Sig, and then it, they can't get rid of 12 gauge ammo. I mean, there is just a ton of 12 gauge ammo everywhere. They've never ran out of that. Now, maybe a little harder to find like slugs and whatnot, but as far as just straight out, listen, as long as that, even under 1300 feet per second, but for me, I all my ammo that I buy with 12 gauge, because I'll even buy number seven, number six shot. If it's above 1300 feet per second, if you're within inside of my home and I hit you with that, you're gonna die. Period. Um, unless you got on a great vest. But if I hit you in the face with that, you're not going to breathe anymore. Um, that can be said with just one shot of a 22 in your head and it'll kill you. It's funny because a lot of people will defend 22 like crazy. But then when it comes to bird shot, it's suddenly just BB guns with CO2 or something. But anyhow, you can't get rid of 12 gauge ammo. It's there's just a huge amount of it. And then on top of that, you always still see the 30-06, the 300 Win Mag, the 270, the 7 millimeter. All that ammo is still there. 6.5, plenty of 6.5 Creedmoor still. All that stuff. That stuff is still very easy to get a hold of. And so what I'm learning, um, well, the first thing you should learn is stock up on ammo way prior to, a bad situation happening. But what I'm learning is maybe it's a good idea to have at least one off caliber. You know, have at least one 454 Casull. Have at least one 460. You know, make sure you got at least one, I don't know, 300 Weatherby, 350, excuse me, 338, 358, 338, Win Mag, make sure you have at least one of those. Nice 22. Get yourself a 22. Not saying get this. You couldn't find this if you wanted to, probably, but um, find yourself a 22 Ruger 1022, Remington 572. Um, find yourself a nice 22, because there's 22 still somewhat easy to find to a certain extent. It's not like 9mm and 223, at least not in my area. You can still find 22 pretty regularly. But yeah, I'm learning from reality, and what reality is showing me is those regular calibers are not the easiest thing to find. The easiest thing to find are the off calibers. And so we should always have at least one of those. I've got several of them, of those off calibers, but and make sure you got some shotgun, because that ammo is forever. And you got a few shotguns, you ain't got to worry about ammo. You got it no matter where you're at. That 12 gauge seems to 12 by far easily 12 gauge is the most accessible ammo to find right now in this ammo craze. You can find 12 gauge no matter what. So just wanted to touch on that. That maybe someone else paid attention to that and recognizes that, and maybe I just helped you see that, or maybe you were thinking it yourself, and I just helped clarify that. So think about that, and maybe work on getting yourself a 45 Long Colt, or a 454 Casull Red Hawk, right? Something like that. Just something that is not the most popular caliber. Even 10mm is hard to find out there. And I got lots of 10 mil, but still, it was when I go to Cabela's and stuff. 10mm is not what's 10mm is bought up, and that just lets you know how the 10mm made a huge comeback. It did. I feel partially responsible for that, but it made a huge comeback, and yeah, that's that, you guys. Pay attention to those calibers that you still see out there. Work on getting you one of those. It's a good idea to have at least one.